What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see on the screen, we got my guy, Nick. Nick, how's everything been with you, man?
Man, everything's been wonderful. It's been an up and down season, so I'm excited to get to talk about it.
It's definitely been an up and down season. Listen, brother, I wore a little gold. All this called Get a Bucket. So, we got Lakers here. But I wore a little gold just because your team is the Steelers. So I try to give you a little support. But if y'all know, though, I'm a Panthers fan. So we will be talking about my boys a little bit, just a little bit. But shoot, I was about to say in terms of this AFC West, though,
Mm-hmm.
I would be a little remiss if I ain't talk about the Raiders and Broncos.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Raiders did lose a couple people, and I think it made Devontae Adams a little happy. So losing is their head coach. Correct me if I'm wrong.
They lost their head coach and their offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So I think with that loss, you're seeing, or one coordinator. I don't know if it's because I'm pretty sure maybe even Josh McDaniels was calling the plays.
I thought he was personally.
Yeah. I think it might have been the defensive coordinator. But they cleared house for a reason. The Josh McDaniels experiment. And another reason why I think we need to this is a topic for the show, but Bill Belichick's tree does not seem to have the same effect as a lot of these other coaches' coaching trees. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these other players and other teams that are coming from systems that are built by Andy Reid, Mike Shanahan, all these other coaches throughout history are successful. Bill Parcells, when the people that they brought up and we're being, they're actually finding success, but no coach that has ever coached under Bill Belichick and went on to be a head coach has had success. When are we going to have that conversation about what does that mean?
Let's table that one, because see, y'all more of a football experts than I am, so I got to do my research on that. Because I was about to say, well, I thought you know what? I don't even know who coached under the man now. I got to double check. I thought they were pretty successful though, in coaching. But I mean, if this isn't a Greg Popovich sort of situation, meaning like you coach players, or you the players who you like, or the people who like coach under you go off and thrive. Like Greg Popovich's coach Steve Kerr, and then he got Becky Hammond out there too. So I mean, they've been successful. So I'm just saying it's a nice little tree of success over there. So if we don't have the same thing from Bill Belichick, then we might need to have that discussion. Because I do like Andy Reid as a coach. He just didn't have the players. I mean, I'm lying. No, he did have the players. He just kept losing the bill. He just kept losing the bill. Like
he didn't have the quarterback, and that's what I'm gonna say.
I can't say that. I can't say that because he. I mean, Donovan was cool. It's not like he was some slouch. Like he was solid now.
He was solid, but he wasn't Pat Mahomes.
Nah, but I mean
Brady, and he put him up against a player that wasn't of that caliber. Now let's say
he was good enough to beat Brady, though. I think he was good enough to beat Brady. I think like you lose by 3. Like I'm
sorry, but he's the one who threw the interception. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. So I mean, it's okay to put that conversation in there. It's okay. I get it. As somebody who also watched football when I was a kid.
I tried. All right. So then, okay. So we got to have a discussion then about Bill's kids. Not Clinton. So then, with the Raiders, do you see them being successful going forward now this season?
Well, I think that Jets game said a lot about their perseverance, their want to win.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do they have? I don't know how I feel about this Aiden O'Connell kid. They benched Jimmy G for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had efficient games.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not seeing Adams any less pissed on the sideline, after a drive because, they're basically just relying on Josh Jacobs and trick plays right now to try to get by, gadget plays, if you will, reverses, having receivers run the ball, Josh Jacobs putting up 20 carries, which he's on my fantasy team, so I don't mind that at all. But, I think that it's certainly something to think about going forward because of any team in the division right now. The weakest link for the Raiders is quarterback, and every team other than the Chiefs is having coaching problems, which, at the start of the season, I said Chiefs. I still think Chiefs. I mean, that's easy. That's a division. Now, the conversation could be, right, Broncos next year, having had Sean Payton we're starting to see
Well, that
Payton.
was gonna be my next question because after we talked about the Raiders, Broncos, I've been trying to tell people Broncos aren't that bad. And I got to revisit the video again just to make sure. But I swear the last time we talked, I was trying to ask y'all about like how do y'all feel about the Broncos, and I don't think I got too much love about them Broncos because I do like Sean Payton, and I think Russell Wilson had a strong conversation with Sierra, and she let him know, like, hey, success is earned, not given. Get your ass out there and start throwing that pill, bro. Like, I think they had a good combo. So, after having a solid coach, like we've seen what Russell Wilson does with a good coach.
We saw it for it was still crapping on him last year.
Exactly. Like, and that's the thing. People don't understand. Like, it's a team game, and you got to build on stuff. So if they were struggling still like they were last year, okay, now it's a different discussion. They're not. Like, they're not. They actually just beat the Chiefs. Like, bro, they've been competitive. Like, I had a couple people. I actually was able to tell a couple people, like, hey, I told you I was right about the Broncos. Like, bro, like what are we doing? Like, y'all got to chill out on these Broncos. Like, next year, them boys about to be a little tough minded, especially Sean Payton. The season under his belt. Oh my gosh, they about to be organized, hungry.
Yep. I think what we saw at the beginning of the season was a Broncos team that was still finding its groove, finding its way, finding its identity. Anytime you get a new coach, it doesn't matter if you were a coach for 30 years with another squad. You don't have those same players. You don't have that same locker room. You don't have that same organization. So, find your identity. And they found their identity, I think, in these last few weeks, finally, as a team that, surprise, surprise, after that 70-point Dolphins blowout, a pretty solid defense if they're cohesive, and has a quarterback who, is making smart decisions in an offense that he feels comfortable being allowed to make those decisions by himself and not feeling overwhelmed with, these complicated schemes that, yes, worked for Aaron Rodgers. Nathaniel Hackett couldn't cut it because he was too busy trying to coach Aaron Rodgers. You only have one Aaron Rodgers in a generation. Trying to coach. I mean, he's statistically the best quarterback of all time. That's just the truth. And now we're talking statistics only. We're talking just like X's and O's, depth, stats. Best of all time. And you're gonna think that you can succeed just plugging any ho into that system. No, you're not. And he's seen that failure. He's seen that failure now at the Jets, refusing to change his game plan around a quarterback that isn't Aaron Rodgers. And I think, important to see that he's getting more confidence as a result of, I'm pretty sure turning over the ball less than any quarterback in football, sans CJ Stroud. So I think, we need to not count them out. But I mean, this season it's the Chiefs, but going forward, I agree with you.
Yeah. And I think next year too, because I'm interested. So like going to basketball real quick, it's called get a bucket. I don't know if Denver wins this year, right? Can they? Yes. Will they? I don't know. Jamal Murray just received an injury. So if y'all peeped last year, he was injury free and they won the championship. This year, I got to see a hamstring is nothing to play with, especially as you get older. Now he's relatively young, but I think something like that could hamper their success this season. Next season, I think they could win it on a redemption tour. So if you have the Broncos and the Nuggets both winning a championship on a redeem type tour, because that's what that would be. Like both teams will be winning on a redemption tour. Like I think that would be a positive narrative for those script writer believers out there too. So I'm just saying, like, don't count out the Broncos or the Nuggets next season, because that could be a solid story to follow. But
that would be really cool. That'd be really cool. And also, just your show is called Get a Bucket. Let me just throw this in there. I need to see, MPJ start to show out and start to put in the potential he has, because that boy could go off for 30, 10, and 5 if he wanted to. He needs that dog. Anyway, go back to football.
I'm going to say this. I made a video out there about MPJ. I've already said how he needs to be more aggressive. So hopefully he's listened. And now you got the opportunity, because again, Jamal Murray is out. But yeah, we just flipping on back to football. Like I said, man, these Broncos, I actually do think they could sneak in and try to get to the playoffs this season, believe it or not. Chargers looking a little tricky. Raiders, I really don't believe in. Someone got to sneak in and get the wild card spot. Why can't it be the Broncos again? And then that way you get some legs for next season. But if you just miss it, hey, maybe you're this year's Lions, like you come out the gates really strong and you quote unquote surprise some people. So, but yeah, now that's gonna be good. But overall, I think this AFC is pretty solid as a whole, bro. So I mean, I ain't gonna hold y'all, ladies and gentlemen. We just covered the whole AFC, so I hope y'all liked it. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. Nick, before we go, you got anything you want to say to the folks?
Support my bro. He's putting out great content every week. Like and subscribe, like you said. And yeah, I mean, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to see what this season unfolds, because I think a good football season is a season where any given Sunday is a true statement. And we're seeing an any given Sunday kind of season, which I really like. It's good for football. They have competitive teams regardless of record, division, roster, health.
It really makes betting a lot more entertaining. Well, I don't know if entertaining is the right word for that, actually, now that I think about it.
No, more like anxiety inducing, but
yeah, it adds anxiety to I swear to you, bro, because even in basketball, it's becoming more like an any game sort of league now. You know what I'm saying? Like any team can beat you. Like the talent level is there. It's just more so about the execution and production now. So I mean, that's what the NFL is like, and I've appreciated the NFL for a while for that reason, because any team can win on any given Sunday. So I mean, and I think that's what the NBA is trying to actually create in their league, because for a while you kind of knew which teams were going to win. So you still might be able to, but now it's harder to tell, because this team is actually tough to beat. So can this team really beat them? That's why I viewed that for the NFL for a while. So I've always appreciated that about the NFL, man. Definitely.
Yeah,
but ladies and gentlemen, y'all will definitely see Nick again. Probably soon too. I'll probably have another video to talk about, because Super Bowl is going to happen not too long from now. So we should bring. We'll have you and a couple other boys on the show for certain. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, hope you all have enjoyed it. I hope you all having a good one. Hope you all enjoyed the show, and most importantly, take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, kid.